Well, that was a game of football, wasn't it? Quite frankly, all you can say is football, bloody hell. Harry Kane, eh? What an amazing penalty. And what a amazing penalty. Mo Salah, running down the wing. There you go. Mo, you have to mention Mo. Of course you do, because he scored 2 goals. Would I have Mo Salah over Harry Kane? Yes, of course I would, every day. Quite frankly, because he plays for Liverpool. And that's the kind of player that we need playing in our system, right? Harry Kane, I will liken him to somebody like Stuart Broad. Stuart Broad, the England cricketer, who has an amazing ability to somehow get 5 fours. That means 5 wickets, right? 5 wickets in a test match out of nowhere. But principally because he's took all the wickets of the tail. Basically, the other bowlers that aren't particularly good. Listen, Liverpool held out for the best part of an hour and a bit. Nearly about 80 minutes. And it took an absolute stonker from Victor Wanyama to get them back into the game. And it was a stonker. Fair play. He's hit that, and he's still hitting it. He's hit it. Hit it! Fair dues, right? Let's be honest. And I know Spurs fans are not particularly fond of being honest. Because they have delusions of grandeur. When did Spurs look like scoring? They had plenty of the ball, but when did they actually look like, oh, that's a cast iron dead on, oh, we should have scored there moment? Before Victor Wanyama did that, they had plenty of the ball in the possession. They had it in the Liverpool third of the pitch. Well done. Do you know what? As Liverpool supporters, we know that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We've done that all season, and we will continue to camp on people's penalty boxes with no reward, hoping for a wonder goal. Fortunately for Spurs this week, they got one. Well done. Good for you. Shrug my shoulders at it, to be honest with you. I'm not disappointed. If you offered me a draw before kickoff, I'd have snapped your hands off because, you know, realism. I live in the real world where football is a very difficult game, and when you actually get goals from sides in games in the top 6, particularly if you don't support either of those teams, you actually feel quite lucky because they just grind themselves out. It's one of these situations. Listen, like, I'm going to get flack for Harry Kane, right? Fine. Do I give 2 shits about your opinion? No. Should you really give 2 shits about mine? No. But I'll say this. In the big games, by and large, the big players get cancelled out. As we saw with Spurs and Man United the other day. Pogba didn't play very well. He got the hook because he wasn't influencing the game. He wasn't able to get into the game. Today, for large parts of the game, Harry Kane, empty shirt as far as I'm concerned. Again, people will disagree. Fine. I don't care. It's my opinion, and I ain't going to change it. Liverpool's second goal from Mo Salah. Wonderful. Wonderful. And someone's going to say, yeah, but was it a handaballer? Did he touch it with his hander? Was it off sides and stuff? No. Do you know why? Because the ref didn't give it. The same reason why the second Spurs penalty is a penalty. Do you know why? Because the ref gave it, right? Stop getting all enamoured about, oh, did he, didn't he, shenanigans, which is basically what Sky want you to do, is chat bobbins about whether or not your opinion counts. And yet, look at me, the massive hypocrite, leaving a 4-minute video on what I think. What do I think? Don't listen to Martin Tyler, for God's sakes. I'd rather fucking wank off my old man than listen to that old bellend. Have you ever noticed, I'll just say this is my last thing that I'll say, right? Have you ever noticed how commentators like Martin Tyler or Jamie Carragher's doing it recently, Neville, anybody that works for BT, Glenn Hoddle, a lot, have a terrible propensity to say things that in the real world they wouldn't say. They wouldn't say it. They're being fed it by some bell-end producer that's like, oh, we've got to try and build a little bit more jeopardy here. Like, realism. Spurs had all the ball. Did they actually make any genuine, legitimate chances outside of moody penalties and an absolute thunderbolt from Victor Wembanyama? Did they actually make, like, oh Christ, oh, we should have scored there moments, right? Oh, they're in here. Oh, we're in big trouble moments. Realistically, no, they didn't. That's what I think. Again, massive hypocrisy. Me telling you not to listen to people by me saying it. Anyway, shoot the defence and that. Make sure that you subscribe. Yeah, okay, 2-2. If you offered me that before kickoff, I'd have took it. I live in the real world, not one where I expect Liverpool to win every game 5-0. All right? Yeah. Well, what an idiot I am. Apparently. Yeah. I'm just making a meme of myself here. This is just like, I'm off. See you later.